I didn't hear you leave. I wonder how am I still here? And I don't wanna move a thing. It might change my memory. Oh, I am what I am. I do what I want, but I can't hide. And I won't go, I won't sleep, I can't breathe until you're resting here with me. And I won't leave, and I can't hide, I cannot be until you're resting here with me. I don't wanna call my friends, or they might wake me from this dream. And I can't leave this bed, risk forgetting all that's been. Oh, I am what I am. I'll do what I want, but I can't hide. And I won't go, I won't sleep, and I can't breathe until you're resting here with me. And I won't leave, and I can't hide, I cannot be until you're resting here. And I won't go, and I won't sleep, and I can't breathe until you're resting here with me. And I won't leave, and I can't hide, I cannot be until you're resting here with me. Oh, I am what I am. I'll do what I want, but I can't hide. And I won't go, I won't sleep, and I can't breathe until you're resting here with me. And I won't leave, and I can't hide, I cannot be until you're resting here. And I won't go, and I won't sleep, and I can't breathe until you're resting here with me. And I won't leave, and I can't hide, I cannot breathe until you're resting How can I think I'm standing strong, yet feel the air beneath my feet? How can happiness feel so wrong? How can misery feel so sweet? How can you let me watch you sleep, then break my dreams the way you do? How can I have got in so deep? Why did I fall in love with you? This is the closest thing to crazy I have ever been. Feeling 22, acting 17. This is the nearest thing to crazy I have ever known. I was never crazy on my own, and now I know that there's a link between the closest thing to crazy I have ever been. Feeling 22, acting 17. This is the nearest thing to crazy I have ever known. I was never crazy on my own, and now I know that there's a link between the two. Being close to craziness and being close to you.
I'll stay dead still, yeah.
Being close to you. And being close to you. I hear the clock at 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. I got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. Wipe the spots above the mirror, don't leave my keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. I know that you love me, and so you will see. You're meant for me, and I was meant for you. I called my mama, she was out for a walk. Consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. My heart's being broken, people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy, oh, I was sad, and it made me miss you. Was so bad, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. I know that you love me, and soon you will see. You're meant for me, and I was meant for you. I go about my business, I'm doing by the side. What would I say if I heard it on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. I brush my teeth, I put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and then I turn the sheets down, and then I take a deep breath. Good luck around. Put on my PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try and tell myself it'll all be alright. I just shouldn't think anymore tonight, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see. You're meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you're meant for me, and I was meant for you. 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you couldn't make things new just by saying I love you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just a quick announcement from Mark and Robyn. They've requested that you're welcome to take your own private photographs, but please don't obstruct the normal camera person, and also there are videos that are going on. So take them, but take them discreetly if you don't mind. Thank you very much.
All you have to do is close your eyes and just reach out your hands and touch me. Hold me close, don't ever let me go. More than words is all I ever needed you to show. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you couldn't make things new just by saying I love you. More than words. More than Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Oh, beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins and maybe empty, weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight in the arms of the angel, far away from here, from this storm. comfort here. So tired of the straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. Storm keeps on twisting. Keep on building lies that you make up for all that you lack. It don't make no difference. Escape one last time. It's easier to believe in this sweet madness. All is
You like the rain cause it means we can stay in. Cancelled our plans but no, I'm not complaining. Pull the covers up like the tide. Darling, swim in my arms tonight. Say to me looking dead in my eyes, how long can we keep this alive? Only for the rest of my life I'll be only yours till the day that I die. And it's more than a promise, cause promises break. So go on and ask what I love about you, babe. Only everything, only everything. Only everything. I love the way that your hands find my shoulders when the weight of the world's weighing down and we're older. Got me thinking about all the time that we waste in the morning light. Makes me not wanna close my eyes. How long can we keep this alive? Only for the rest of my life I'll be only yours till the day that I die. And it's more than a promise, cause promises break. So go on and ask what I love about you, babe. Only everything, only everything. Only everything. I don't have the words for the rest of our novel, but ask me again how long I'm gonna love you. I'll say only for the rest of my life I'll be only yours till the day that I die. And it's more than a promise, cause promises break. So go on and ask what I love about you, babe. Only everything, only everything. Only everything. Only everything.
Right. Good afternoon, everybody. If I can just ask the most important question here today, who giveth this beautiful woman away today? Can you speak up, please? Thank you, AJ. Nice to see that you can talk loudly and clearly when you want to. Right, everybody, hope you're all doing well. Before I ask you to sit down, I'm just going to ask Robs and Mark to face you. And I want you to have a good look at them and see how absolutely gorgeous and relaxed they are. And this is their show here today, guys. Right, you can all be seated. And I must say, Kun, great driving there. Great driving. I must say, we've got a wonderful setting here today, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that a lot of hard work has gone into this. And those relevant thank yous will definitely come through later. But it's a great show. From my side, sorry, we've got a live streaming going on here. We need to be on spot. So from my side, my name is Kim de Villiers. And Robyn and Mark have asked me to conduct the ceremony here today. I'm not an ordained minister, and I'm not a priest. And in fact, Mark and Robyn got married officially in court a couple of days ago. But they have wanted to reiterate their vows and share their vows with family and friends here today, and they've asked me to facilitate that process. However, despite what our individual religious beliefs may be, we have to acknowledge that there's definitely a bigger power behind all of this, and that allows functions like this to happen. And we need to be considerate of that and respect that there's definitely something more in control than in our own destinies. Robs and Mark, I consider it honor and pleasure to be able to conduct this ceremony here for you guys. However, before doing so, we need to actually have a look at this year that we've had here. Okay, it's been a hell of a year. And if someone had said to you in 2015, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Not a single person would have got that question right. COVID-19 arrived, and it derailed our lives properly. But let's not look at COVID-19 as a negative force. I think we need to look at all the good things that have come out of it. And for me, there's been a lot of positives. I mean, one of the major positives is that Pete hasn't had to pay for a wedding of 200 people. And I think, Pete, you can thank Cyril for that. And also, Donald Trump exposed himself for the absolute horrible human being that he actually is. On a more serious note, families have been able to bond together. They've had time to play board games, card games, various forms of garden sports, and some people have even run marathons, and if not more, in their own garden. Some of us learned how to do Zoom meetings for the first time. And we even got to watch my octopus teacher, which taught us some serious life lessons. So, for example, if you're going to fall in love with an octopus, your wife will definitely divorce you. And then we got to watch Chasing the Sun. What a magnificent documentary. It taught us to embrace and appreciate our upbringing in South Africa and to realize how many people have had it hard. And I'll challenge anybody here today to tell me that they did not push a tear when Rassie Erasmus spoke about Mampimpi's childhood and his growing up. Shooks? We have learned to nurture friendships and even make contact with old lost friends that we wouldn't have done before. And in some cases, we've actually drunk less alcohol, which hasn't been a bad thing. In Robyn and Mark's case, they've been blessed in that they've been able to get to know each other really well, spending quality time that they wouldn't normally have had that opportunity to do. And this will go a long way in ensuring a very long and happy life together. So once again, let's not for one moment think that COVID-19 has been bad for us. There's too much good that has come out of it. And they say if you can survive a double recession, load shedding, riots, demonstrations, and COVID-19, you can pretty much survive anything, and marriage will be a smooth sailing affair. So looking at Robyn and Mark's future together, I thought maybe I'll break down the meaning of the word COVID-19, or better still, the actual word corona. So the C from corona stands for commitment, cooperation, and communication. By standing here today, you have already proved your commitment to each other. Now, with a little bit of mutual cooperation and some proper communication going forward, you will succeed in cementing your relationship. The O stands for ogle. Now, I asked you guys where you met each other, And you both stated that you met at the squash club and you unashamedly ogled at each other. So, having got an E for English at school, I thought I'd Google ogle. And it says, to stare at one another in a lecherous manner. So that's quite impressive. O can also stand for growing old together, which will be a magnificent thing in a marriage. The R from Corona stands for respect. You need to maintain a mutual respect for one another. Remember the reasons why you've met and fallen in love with each other. Don't try and change each other. Respect each other for what you are and for what you bring to the equation. Very important. The second O in Corona stands for, oh my gosh, we've got to do our vows in 5 minutes' time. I hope we don't stuff it up. The N stands for nice parents. So we've got Margs, AJ, Kun and Kim, who have laid down a magnificent, solid foundation for you guys to build on. If you can just take a leaf out of their book and acknowledge what they have done and believe and learn from their knowledge and experience, this will go a long way in making sure you have a successful life. Never be too proud to ask him for advice, and more importantly, never be too scared to ask him to borrow some money, lend you some money. So the final A in Corona stands for attitude, abundance, and anticipation. Life in general is about attitude. A positive attitude solves most problems and enables you to deal with the challenges that we are faced with. Coupled on a tote with a good attitude is an abundance of happiness and success together, and an anticipation of your lovely life going forward. So that sums up the word Corona, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get on to the really important part of this ceremony, I would just like to share 6 little stories with you and their meanings. Once upon a time in a village, all the inhabitants prayed for rain. On the day that they all got together to pray, they all got there, but one little boy arrived with an umbrella. Now that is faith. When we throw babies in the air, they laugh because we know that we're going to catch them. That is trust. We go to bed every night without the assurance of being alive in the morning. That is hope. We plan big things for tomorrow in spite of zero knowledge of what the future holds for us. That is confidence. On an old man's t-shirt, and I can imagine Kun wearing one like this, it says, I'm not 80, I'm sweet 16 with 64 years of experience. Now that is attitude. And lastly, we see the world suffering around us all the time, but we still get married and we still have children, and that is love. So one final message before we get on to the vows. A wise man once said, it is important to make peace with your past, live in the present, and create a future for yourself. That deep message needs to be honored with a tattoo. So with all this faith, trust, hope, confidence, attitude, love, and tattoo material, I would now like to call on Robyn and Mark to share their vows with us. And we need the rings, please.
Mark, who would have thought that a Midlands Squash Winter League prize giving would lead us to today? Of all the people we have met on our journeys through life, and of all the places we've been, somehow and in some way we ended up here together, and I am still in awe of that. You have filled my life with an immense joy, and have given me a sense of peace that I have never known before. You are truly my best friend, my most trustworthy confidant, and my biggest and most loyal supporter. Your excitement for all things fishing or DIY MacGyver related is sometimes overwhelming, but seeing that glint in your eye and that cheeky smile, I can't help but feel that effervescence and bubble of excitement for life myself. Your commitment to your family and those you care for is humbling. Nothing is too much for you, and you are a solid foundation and example in not only my life, but everybody here today. Mark, I love you. Like kakulu gakulu. You are the epitome of everything I've ever looked for in another human. You are my inspiration and my soul's fire. You are the magic of every day. You help me to laugh and you teach me to love. You free me to sing my own song and dance my very crazy little red heart dance. And for that, I am truly thankful. So, today in front of our closest family and friends, I'd like to make these promises to you. I promise to encourage your compassion. It is what makes you extraordinary. I promise to nurture your dreams, for through them your soul shines. I promise to help shoulder your challenges, for there's nothing in this world we can't conquer together. I promise to invest in loving you daily, no matter how crazy life gets. I promise to surprise you, to amaze you, and to make you laugh. I promise to always communicate with you freely, never to hold back, but to be honest and loyal, to love you fiercely and without measure. I promise to appreciate each day how lucky I am to have a man like you who makes me feel the way I do, makes me feel the way you do. Beautiful, cherished, and loved, and I will always work to make you feel equally adored. So my darling Mark, I give you this ring as a token of my love for you. Sorry, I forgot the last bit. Sorry. I'm yours today and forever.
It's a fairly tough act to follow. I did almost have these memorized. Almost. Robyn, I vow to make my life forever yours and build my dreams around you and with you. I promise to take your love and let it give me hope and joy and to make me a better man. I promise to watch over you, to protect you, to have your back and support you. And I will always look to you first to be a support, a partner, and a protector for me too. I promise to listen and to hear you, and even though I may not always understand, I promise to try. I promise to be honest with you, to share with you, to have faith in you, and to trust you. Even though I may not always be what you want me to be, I may forget to listen, I may not understand, I may not always agree with you, I will love you regardless, and I will strive to be the man that you see me to be. I cannot promise to love you perfectly, but I do promise to love you messily, overwhelmingly, and honestly. In our home, there will be no such thing as a stupid question. I promise to learn from you, to respect your wisdom, your counsel, and your opinions. With you, I am more than I ever was. I invite you to take all that I am, to come into my life, and take all that I have to offer. I give you this ring, juggling here. I give you this ring, a gift that lasts forever, because I am always with you, behind you, and by your side.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to once again announce that Mark and Robyn are husband and wife, and Mark, you may kiss your lovely bride. So shortly, before we get on to the next bit, I'd just like to say, Mark and Robs, that was an unbelievable display of vow swapping, and I can now understand why you wanted to do your own vows. Brilliant, thank you. Shortly, I'm going to ask you all to move out to the back, and then you're welcome to throw confetti on the couple as they come through. But just one or two little housekeeping announcements. While the bridal group is having their photographs, there will be some sport, I believe, some bull, some cricket, some giant Jenga, and also there will be some drinks and canapes served. And before I ask you all to move out, there's just one very important question I want to ask you here. All those that aren't a Gouweloos, please put up your hands. Okay, so there are a couple of us here. Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a short, sweet, but very moving ceremony. I'd now like you all to move out to the back of the aisle, and then Robs and Mark will follow through, and we'll give them a big cheer.
I've got a feeling that I never felt before. Something so magical, some kind of beautiful.
All right,
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. No need to worry.
ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce the arrival of Mr. and Mrs. Mark and Dr. Robyn Gouweloos.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it here tonight? I still remember how we used to say hello. I told you I was down, so we would take it slow. So don't you worry about a thing. No need to worry about a thing. Whoa, did you know? Whoa, I can feel it. Can you feel it too? Whoa, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah, tonight. If I could only find a way to you, and if you ever feel the same, you better let me know. You better let me know. Oh.